In order to draw the graph of tan function, we recall tan is defined as sine over cosine. And in the first quadrant, notice sine is increasing from 0 to 1 in the first quadrant, and cosine is decreasing. And tan theta is the ratio sine over cosine. The numerator is increasing and the denominator is decreasing. Both of those factors would cause tan function to increase in the first quadrant. Now, however, tan of 90 degrees or pi over 2 radians is infinity, which means tan of pi over 2 is undefined. So I'm not going to have a graph here. So what I'm going to do is draw an asymptote or a dashed line at pi over 2. So let's draw a dashed line like that at pi over 2. And let's use these values in the first quadrant. Tan 0 is 0, which means it's going to start at the origin. And as tan increases, you can see that this is less than 1. At pi over 4, it's 1. And at pi over 3, it's more than 1. So it's gradually increasing. And then it gets closer and closer to infinity, but it never touches this line. So this is what we are going to see. And in this fourth quadrant as well, what's going to happen is tan of negative pi over 2 is the same as negative tan pi over 2. Now, if tan is an odd function, we saw that this is going to go this way. And similarly, for all odd multiples of pi over 2, you're going to have that pattern repeat. So let's draw the asymptotes. And tan pi over 2 is, tan pi is also 0, just like tan 0. And we see that the graph is going to go that way. Similarly, I'm going to have the graph here at negative 3 pi over 2. There's going to be an asymptote. Now, there's a lot of information, but the information that we will need in future is the fact, is the general shape, and also the fact that it passes through the origin is something that we want to remember, and also that it has asymptotes at all odd multiples of pi over 2, like 1 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. We did not draw, but at 5 pi over 2, again, there's going to be an asymptote. And when you go on the negative side, again, there are going to be asymptotes. So notice that it passes through the origin, and it has asymptotes at odd multiples of pi over 2. Now, we will use these graphs for sine, cosine, and tan to study their inverse functions. And we will do that in a separate video.